We've all had them in our classes, children who stubbornly or silently refuse to participate in the wonderful group activities we've planned. Not only can this be discouraging for us, and maybe even hurt our feelings, also we worry that these children aren't deriving all that they could from our classes. What to do, what to do. The first thing I recommend is determining why a child chooses to sit out, first eliminating any physical problem as the cause. Usually there's an emotional issue at work. Some children refuse to take part out of a fear of looking foolish or getting it wrong. I've seen this in children as young as 4 years old, and it's really, really sad. Already, these children have received the message that they have to be perfect. For these children, observing your success oriented activities is the key to unlocking their fear. When you use divergent problem solving, for example, asking the children to show you how slowly a turtle moves or how crooked they can be, they'll notice that their classmates have responded in a variety of ways. And when you validate the different responses you're seeing by pointing out a number of them, they'll begin to realize there's no right or wrong involved. You can even validate their participation, even if they think they're not joining in. For instance, if you've asked for a quiet movement, you can point out that the non participant blinked and that that's a quiet movement. Ask the rest of the children to replicate that movement among others, and you've made the non participating child feel special. Given time and a bit of gentle coaxing, these children can eventually be encouraged to join in. Some children are genuinely shy and only need time to get used to the idea of being part of a group. Others may need specific encouragement from you or another adult. Ava Essa, in a practical guide to solving preschool behavior problems, outlines a series of steps to help children overcome shyness at group time. 1. Sit with the child for a few minutes, at least once a day, and read her a story. 2. Invite another child to join the activity. 3. Gradually add more children to the small group. 4. Continue the daily small group activities while also making an effort to involve the child in total group times. 5. Reinforce any involvement in group activities. Sometimes merely standing near the shy child as you facilitate movement experiences, offering occasional smiles or gentle touches, is the only encouragement you need to offer. At other times, you may want to physically, but gently, initiate the child's participation by taking his hands in yours and moving them accordingly, or sitting behind the child and rocking him with you to the rhythm of the music. I've seen both of these approaches work. Positive reinforcement of any level of participation will do a lot to contribute to a shy child's confidence. For instance, similar to the example mentioned earlier with the blinking, if you've asked the children to freeze and the non participant is sitting particularly still, you can use her as an example of stillness. If you've asked children to move just one body part and the non participant raises an eyebrow, you can acknowledge her response. Of course, at the other extreme is the child who uses non participation as a way of getting adult attention. If that's the case, it's usually better to ignore all non participation and offer reinforcement only when the child is involved at all in group activity. Here are Ava S's recommendations for a process of successive approximations. At first, reinforce the child when he is observing the activity of others. When the child consistently watches, offer reinforcement as the child moves physically closer to the group. Once the child is fully involved, you can gradually decrease the amount of reinforcement, offering only as much as you offer the children who are participating. Keep in mind that non-participation may also be a developmental issue. I witnessed one child who never participated the whole year during which he was 4, but he came back at 5 as leader of the pack. Whatever the reason for lack of involvement, I feel very strongly that non-participants shouldn't be forced to join in. That will just place undue emotional stress on them and will defeat the purpose of making physical activity fun and enjoyable. However, I also feel very strongly that you can insist that non-participating children not be allowed to do other classroom activities like reading or playing with blocks, etc. Instead, they should be expected to take on the role of audience members. Not only does this involve them to a certain extent, also ensures that they're gaining something from the experience. You'd be amazed how much children can pick up through observation. You may even learn from a parent that a child who's merely watching at school is imitating everything she sees in the privacy of her own home. And then you can be certain that your amazing activities are not going to waste. Here's a little checklist to help you determine the reason for non-participation. Physical problem, fear of failure or looking foolish, shyness, a way of getting adult attention, developmental. I hope this helps. As always, please leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments section. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel to keep up to date on future videos. Thanks for watching.